On a personal basis, what I have got out of the conference is meeting a whole range of very talented entrepreneurial women, not just from the United Arab Emirates, but right across the region. And it's a real insight into culture, into the growth of the business, and into these successful women's lives, and also an ability to see how the wider sector and men are also encouraging in the region for women to become entrepreneurs in their own right. So it's been wonderful insight. From a business point of view, it's been great to be able to think ahead and think, well, with our own expansion plans, this is a very exciting area that we might consider and really are considering entering into. So from both those perspectives, it's been fantastic. I think each session brought something to the table. We learned quite a lot, from insurance right through to investment. But for me, I love stories, and I hopefully a great storyteller myself, so I'm told. So the one story and the one a presentation that really stuck out for me was this morning's presentation by a lady called Joya Jaloni, who was an American Palestinian, and her story was awe-inspiring, and the way, of course, she ended up building and exiting a billion-dollar business in Fetcher, and it's that level of inspirational input and her story, because she's self-made, that really resonated with me.
I 100% would recommend it to my peers, especially anyone looking to either get into entrepreneurship now or get there in the future. I'm rarely intimidated when I'm in a room, and today I felt intimidated just because of the type of women that you had either on stage or in the crowd, and I thought, I'm not even an entrepreneur, but I learned a lot from just listening to some of the panel discussions and listening to some of the sessions. It's inspiring, and I'm happy to be a part of it, because I think that as long as we can keep growing and supporting each other, I think that's the most important thing. Is this event has allowed us to support one another, and that's all that matters. I personally think that the fundraising panel, where you had all of you had successful entrepreneurs like Mona, who have launched Mom's World, as well as the people that do the actual investing, like Heather from Mindshift. I think that they shared some really practical advice. It wasn't like high level, especially Heather's her presentation. If you were an entrepreneur, that's priceless. She basically told you what to do in a presentation. And I think from that, from a content perspective, that was just spot on. So yeah, I thought it was great.
I think that the event definitely justified my time. I'd looked at the agenda beforehand, so I knew what I was expecting. But I thought that the content was good, and I thought the platform was excellent. The ability to be honest and transparent and really discuss the issues that are issues for all women who are entrepreneurs, and especially the issues that are sort of limiting the access of women into technology as a whole. So I think that the content was good. I think that it was relevant. I think from the questions that we got for my own panel, I think it would be probably wise to look at doing a few workshops where some of these questions could be tackled in a case study way, so that you actually got a panel to respond and help individuals move to the next step of the journey.
I would say it does justify my efforts of my time and my investment, certainly in the sense that, I feel as we as women entrepreneurs face challenges, and to have a platform where we can all sort of share those experiences and have a communal exchange of learning and new ideas is always beneficial. Yeah, I think it was a really great investment of my time. I think these these events are ever more important and increasingly becoming more important as women in tech in my industry we need more women to step up to the challenge. We need more women to support each other. I think it's important to find a network, to find a mentor, to find a sponsor. Why do it alone when we have people that have done it before us or who have failed forward that we can learn from? And I think these kinds of events give us the opportunity to do just that.
Yeah, I think the content's very, very strong. There were some powerhouse founders who were speakers on our panel. Mona Ataya from Mom's World, who's one of my female founder heroes in the region. So I think it's been great content, really interesting. I definitely would recommend investors who are focused on female founders and women-led tech companies to attend and participate in the conference next year. And it's been great so far.